What's going on, guys? Welcome to today's video, and what we're going to be talking about today is a topic that I've been asked several times the reason for, and is a topic that I'm actually kind of really excited to discuss. Now, basically, as you can tell from the title, the question is kind of, Mark, why don't you, before your lifts, kind of get as hyped up or act as kind of hyped up or as crazy or stupid or whatever you'd like to say before your lifts? Now, first of all, I would like to say that I still, before kind of PR sets and things like that, I still act very hyped up, probably a lot more hyped up than the majority of people. However, compared to what I used to do, it is night and day difference, and I only really do it on PR sets, whereas before I would do it on every single set of every single workout of every single week. And the reasoning behind it really is just down to because you want to make your training as repeatable as possible. You simply want to make training as repeatable as possible. And quite frankly, if I'm going through a 6 to 7, 8 week kind of volume block, working with numbers anywhere between kind of 70 to 85%, maybe even 65% if I'm doing some pause variation work, getting hyped up first is simply not repeatable. You simply cannot repeat that every single set of every single workout. For example, there's some weeks where I'm doing 25,000 pounds of squat volume alone. There's just simply no way I'm going to be able to get hyped up and kind of really emotionally invested into the movement. So first of all, it's not repeatable. Second of all, whenever you're battling with fatigue management, especially again if I'm doing mid 20,000 pounds worth of squat volume, I'm benching kind of 3-4 times a week, I'm deadlifting twice a week, I've got all this accessory work, and I'm carrying this huge fatigue debt. Well, quite frankly, mental fatigue is a factor lots and lots of people don't really consider, but mental fatigue is massive. So if you're already kind of struggling to keep kind of your fatigue debt under wraps and under control, and you're not feeling that great, then if you're then adding in all this mental fatigue caused by mental stimulation, then that opens a whole other can of worms and pretty much makes life a lot more difficult, in my opinion, to keep on top of your fatigue management and kind of maximise your recovery. So it's not repeatable, and it kind of adds more, it just adds a different kind of sense of fatigue, in my opinion, which is mental fatigue. And quite frankly, I just don't really think that it's a very good idea. And third of all, quite frankly, it's just there's not really much need for it. What we need to do realise is that ultimately powerlifting is a sport. It is a sport. It is a 3-lift sport: squat, bench press and deadlift. And it is a very technical sport, as long as you're able, as long as you want to make it be. Now, yes, can you muscle up weights and whatnot? Yeah, you can. But again, the saying, the strongest powerlifter doesn't necessarily always win in the day. The best powerlifter necessarily wins in the day. So I mean, at the end of the day, if you can deadlift 100 pounds more than me, but every single pound over my 1RM that you can pull is hitched, then it's irrelevant. It doesn't matter, because it's not going to be highlighted in a competition. So with it being a technical sport, I am wanting to improve my technical proficiency in the lifts. So by improving my technical proficiency in the lifts, if I'm getting very hyped up, it doesn't give me that chance to do that, because I feel it takes away from my cues, and that is one of the reasons. And that is also why, even on my top sets, although I still do get very emotionally invested, because quite frankly it means a lot to me, and I would say that I respond very well to kind of external stimuluses. And if I create an environment where it's a very hyped up environment, I respond very well to that. But I do still try and keep it under wraps a little bit, so that I can still go through all my cues and try and be as technically proficient as possible. I mean, that is one of the reasons as to why I believe that my numbers have improved so much in the past kind of 12 months, is because my technical proficiency is so much better. And on top of being much more technical proficient, well, the more technical proficient you are in the movements, the less taxing is going to be in your body, so the more you can get away with. So the less injuries you may have, the less fatigue you may have, the less wear and tear you may have on your joints, and things of that nature. So it really is down to, it's not repeatable. it can create a huge amount of mental fatigue, which on top of a big fatigue debt already during volume blocks is simply not necessary. Don't feel allows you to be technically proficient that much. Height to a certain extent does, but kind of once you go over that, I feel that you can really start to kind of miss your cues and whatnot. It doesn't allow you to be technically proficient, and quite frankly, I mean, do you get hyped up to drive your car, or do you get hyped up to brush your teeth, or do you get hyped up to have a shower? No, you simply execute. You do it and you execute. Well, that's the same as the movements. I want to be able to do it and just execute and not have to rely on something else, because ultimately you shouldn't have to rely on something else. You should rely on your training. Your training has showed you that you have the right to attempt this weight. You have done 90 kilograms for a triple on bench, so that means that you have the right to attempt a 100 kilogram bench. So why would you need to rely on an external factor such as getting really emotionally invested in the lift if you know that your training has allowed you and given you the right to do so? So that's my thoughts on it, guys. Hope you found today's video informative. Please like, comment and subscribe, and I'll speak to all of you guys next time.